Good morning and welcome. Happy Monday. This is your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well, give you some things to think about and talk about. And we have an interesting card today, very interesting card today, and it'll be cool to see how some of you process this information and then feed it back, either in the feed or private messages or however. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. You're the first one popping on today. Glad to have you here. And I also like how the universe tends to pick the same card deck for a series, and then seems to move on to a different card deck. So we are again in the Ascended Masters deck. And Nancy, your name popped up twice. So to me, that says there's something useful in this card for you. Good morning, Joe Neal. Good morning, good morning. Glad you are here. So, and we're about to have a thunderstorm, I think. So hopefully the electricity will hold in there. We haven't had any disruptions thus far, but south of us has been incredibly disrupted and incredibly flooded. Very wet. So I think they got, like Milwaukee got 14 inches and had nowhere to go with it. So kind of a mess there, I guess. So let us start with some tapping and some breath. I was already doing a whole lot of breathing this morning just because it felt like it was a fine Monday and it was time to breathe. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This time a little deeper, in through the nose, out through the mouth, drawing in healing golden light, exhaling all that no longer serves. One more for good measure, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And feel free to keep breathing and tapping if that's feeling good to you. And we'll see what our card is for today. Again, Ascended Masters deck. The card is Work Your Magic, Saint Germain. Notice the sacred geometry that he's holding. Work your magic. So let's see what this has to tell us. You have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. So if you haven't yet, if a situation doesn't immediately pop to mind, just kind of let your mind roam and see which situation. It might be a personal situation for you, it might be a situation between you and someone else, it might be a local situation, a national situation, an international situation, whatever you choose to pick. You have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. And that doesn't mean, oh my God, I have to fix what's going on in our world. It means I choose to do my part. I choose to do my part. And as I was doing my reading last night before I fell asleep, and I was back in the brain fart, not the fairy book, the other one, about the light seers. Anywho, good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. Welcome. The gist of the part I was reading was how we influence things beyond ourselves by clearing our own clutter within. Doing our personal work changes how we vibrate and how we present ourselves in the world, and influences things on a much bigger level. So never feel like doing your own work is selfish. That is of value to the greater good. This card signifies your untapped magical abilities, which you've used successfully in the past. Pull these abilities out of storage and use them to work your magic now. So you might be thinking, oh, magic, that's that, airy-fairy stuff. But listen to what is described as magic here. Your clear and focused intentions, positive expectations, prayers, decrees, and action steps. Isn't that always the stuff that we traffic in anyway, right? But what if you viewed that as magical abilities, powers that you have and can consciously choose to utilize. Let's see here. And these create the healings and manifestations you desire. Additional meanings for this card. Decide clearly what you will and won't accept in this situation, as your clarity will bring immediate results. Makes sense since we are energy. Yes, 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 yes. Our vibration has an impact. Choose your vibration wisely. And you might be saying, well, I can't fix my vibration because of all this crap that's going on around me. We change our vibration and the crap around us changes. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Your clarity will bring immediate results. Have steady faith in a positive outcome. So doubt has no place here. When you experience doubt, explore it. Good morning, Angie. Glad you're here. It's there for you to learn from. Where am I? Where's there a chink in my armor? Where do I need to look and see? Where's a thought that needs to be challenged, a belief that needs to be challenged, some mending that needs to happen, right? So have steady faith in a positive outcome. Study alchemy and manifestation principles. Again, I think there were so many people when The Secret first came out, they were all excited about the things that were in the book. But when they went about trying to recreate her results, they maybe had less than exciting results, but they weren't looking deeply enough to figure out, how am I getting in my own way? What might be going on here? Or is this the universe saying no to this particular thing because it's going to say yes to something better? So I think some people got discouraged about the whole process and kind of threw the baby out with the bathwater. We need to revisit this. We have amazing energy, vitality, vibration, impact on what's going on within ourselves, within our small communities, within our world, if we choose to exercise it effectively. So now it's going to tell us a little bit about Saint Germain. Saint Germain isn't a Catholic saint, but a count from the French region called Saint Germain. He was known as the Wonder Man of Europe during his lifetime in the early 1700s. Saint Germain was renowned for his magical abilities to give gems and fountain of youth-like elixirs to his many friends. He was a virtuoso musician and linguist who was beloved by royalty and blue-collar workers alike. Saint Germain helps light workers who wish to work toward world peace and bring about integrity and honesty in governmental and other systems. Sounds like he'd be useful right about now, don't you think? So, what could you ask for? What intention would you like to put out there that you can invite your angels and guides and Saint Germain to support you with? Where would you like to proceed? What's your next best step? Then call in some support from the divine. See what you get. See what you get. The more in faith you operate, the greater your results are likely to be. So, that is our card for today. Work your magic, Saint Germain. And again, your magic, let me read that again. Your clear and focused intentions. How many of us are scattered all over the place? Positive expectations, prayers, decrees, and action steps. So we may decree something quite large. Let's go way large. I'm aiming for world peace, right? And then what's the next small step I can take? Maybe I allow somebody into traffic. I'm not going to do the road rage thing. Maybe I hold the door for somebody and that makes their day better. And then they go do a couple of nice acts for other people. And then those people do a couple of nice acts for other people. And that energy begins to spread instead of the negativity and the chaos and the sniping and the us versus them and all the things that we're looking to release, to get rid of, to be done with. So, Love to hear your thoughts on this. Love to hear what your intention will be for today. I have quite a few meetings today, so my intention will be that I'm bringing light and clarity and focus to those various meetings. I think that would be a good one for me. How about for you? So, have an awesome Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.